guys, and welcome back to another episode of your Brains Coach podcast. My name is Angela Sharina. I'm your host. I'm your Brains Coach, and I'm here to share with you most interesting, fascinating, mind-blowing, effective, interesting, what did I not mention? But we are here to master all these tools to regulate our emotions, to change our thoughts from disempowering ones to more empowering ones, and then to change our actions so we get to build the life that we are absolutely excited about, that we absolutely love living, that we are fulfilled with, that feeling like I'm so lucky to be living this life. And I'm living as a person who is 100% or as close to that as possible aligned with who I see myself being and becoming, that best version of self, that future self that you're absolutely proud of, making it as closer to the present you as possible every single day. That is what we're about here. And today, guys, I want to talk about AI. You probably figured that out from the title of today's podcast. AI, how AI can help you become that better version, become that more audacious, more capable human being, and build the things that you want to see in your life, that business or that relationship or that career, that lifestyle, to see that in your real life. It is possible, guys, unless you are dreaming of something outside of the realm of possibilities with the laws and physics and all. Unless that, and if you're a normal person somewhat and don't have any mental condition, that's probably not you. So whatever you are thinking about, you're capable of that. But it will probably also require a lot more great perseverance and failure and lessons and hardships and work and effort and time than you can possibly think. But back to AI. AI can actually help you to achieve a lot of your goals. And I think right now we are only at the very beginning of realizing how much potential it has for human development. Let me explain. Let's say you're building business and I'm building my business and I'm committed to building business with millions of dollars in revenue. So right now, milestone 1 from 0 to 1 million, gonna be the hardest one, I have a feeling. So what do I do? How do I use AI to help me to achieve that goal, to make progress towards that goal? So what I did is I put in all of my offers, I shared the link to my website, I shared background about my work, I linked my bio that I have on my Google Drive, I shared all of the stuff that I have, my socials with ChatGPT. And there is a specific folder, $1 million project. And then I asked, giving my situation, and I described my limitations, where I am with my business, how I'm coming from 15 years in coaching one-on-one. And it was mostly about lifestyle and recovery and resilience and health and weight loss, etc. And how I'm transitioning now in corporate world, providing the service for change management, change leadership, because I have more than 15 years of experience in helping people change. That's what I've been doing and learning about and mastering with my clients, and also getting certified in that and applying it to my life. So this is my area of expertise that I'm absolutely passionate about. I'm passionate about becoming our best as individuals, but also as cultures, as collectives. And I'm passionate about the process of change, understanding it better. Change management, or ability to change, how we change our habits, our behaviors, our emotional responses, our thoughts. There's a whole field of research and practice, and change management is a thing. Many companies do that, and the work it's been being developed for decades, literally. So it's not something I invented, but yeah, back to ChatGPT. So I asked it to, now coming from my experience and where I want to go and where I am physically in South Africa and the work and clients that I already have, like PwC, Old Mutual. And I also shared my LinkedIn and giving the context of where my business right now, having already clients, again, like with PwC and starting with Old Mutual and some other works with other clients. So I shared all of this with ChatGPT and I asked it, like, giving this and my goal, like, how would you approach this? What kind of clients would you choose? What kind of offers, considering the situation right now, our present economic situation? And I also would share, for example, a link to PwC website. I'm like, well, look at the website, see what this company might be struggling with, what they're working on, and give me your best advice on what kind of offers you would suggest, what kind of engagement. I also share, as we go further and further into that, I check in with ChatGPT on my business strategy and plan and the actions that I take every day. And I asked it, okay, now they give me this problem. So giving this, what kind of service and engagement would you propose? And then ChatGPT would give me options to try. And then it would ask me, well, do you want me to create this proposal based on this information? And I would say yes. And it would make a draft. And then I would start editing or ask ChatGPT to add this thing or change it in this way, right? And then, for example, we continue our conversation with the PwC folks, and they will tell me, well, this is like, there is this problem. We're struggling to create psychological safety, or we are struggling to scale to all levels the changes that are proposed at the leadership level. Like, can you help us to do that? And then I would put that into ChatGPT and I would ask, well, this is now a new request. Like, how would you approach it? Based also on the best cases, best practices in the industry. And ChatGPT will do the analysis, and it's getting better and better with that, and will give me the engagement, like, these are the workshops, this is the plan, and it will give me the breakdown week by week and how I need to frame it to overcome objections with PwC folks, right? And then I also might ask a question like this, which I did. I'd like to speed up the interaction instead of PwC or other company making a decision in 4-6 months. I'd like to make it faster. So we engage on some project, on some pilot sooner than later. And then ChatGPT would tell me, okay, this is then a new proposal, a pilot, and giving the information that you provided. This is how I would frame it. And I would emphasize the cost of inaction, because you want people to act faster. So there has to be some urgency. And ChatGPT would propose that. And then I would ask questions like, okay, now this is PwC, but I'm also looking to grow my business, with a lot of other clients. And based on everything that you know about my business and where I'm heading and the clients that I want to have more of and my expertise, and giving that LinkedIn is my preferred platform and where decision makers in the companies that I want to work with, that's where they are. So giving that, and I have LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So giving that, can you propose a plan for 4 hours of daily work for me to do on LinkedIn, so I get new clients and more sales, and ideally more sales faster. So then ChatGPT would tell me, okay, this is a breakdown for 4 hours a day. And then I would ask, well, can you follow up with me on it? You have now a new feature in ChatGPT. I don't know how new it is, but I just noticed it recently. It's called Tasks. And you can ask ChatGPT, you can go to Tasks and ask, can you please follow up with me on business strategy to make sure that every day I show up, I check in, and I keep making progress, right? And ChatGPT or OpenAI, that's how it's going to appear in your mailbox. OpenAI will send you an email reminding you that you need to check in and work on your business strategy. And then you check in and you work. And then when you progress, let's say I worked for 4 hours using the plan of reach out that ChatGPT created for me. So I would work for 4 hours and then I would report back. So this is what I did. This is the result that I got. And then depending whether that was successful result or not so successful, if you want to adjust something, you ask ChatGPT to propose alteration to the plan. You're like, well, this is what I did. This is the response that I got from people. What would you do in this situation? And ChatGPT would propose, well, this is the message I would send to these people, right? Or this is the next message after the person, for example, connected with you and they accepted your connection request on LinkedIn. So this is the message you send next. And depending on what they reply, I could say to ChatGPT, this is the reply I got. So how do you propose I act as a next step to move this interaction forward, to sell this specific package, or to find out more about what the company might struggle with, etc. Right? And I remember one message ChatGPT created for me. I read it and I'm like, well, but you know what's missing? It doesn't say what's in it for the other person. So the message was about scheduling a short meeting, a short Zoom chat to learn more about challenges that this leader in digital transformation in a company might be facing. And I asked ChatGPT, can you change this message, but emphasize the value that the person might get from our call based on everything that you know about myself and my expertise. And ChatGPT replied to me, yes, you're right. There is no value or what's in it for me in this message. So let me adjust this. And ChatGPT adjusts this. And then you look at it, add it sometimes, and you send it to the person. And then ChatGPT, I also asked ChatGPT, for example, to propose a system to track results, to then adjust actions based on what we got. And ChatGPT suggested, okay, this is 2-week plan, and these are success results or measurable trackers that we're gonna track. These are the numbers. These are predicted success indicators. And obviously, if you don't get them, then you figure out, okay, well, this didn't work. What can we adjust? But then what basically happens, ChatGPT reminds me every day, check in with my business strategy. And in this business strategy, there is this portion that says, in 2 weeks, you need to see these results of success if we're on the right track and this is the right strategy. And if we don't see them, obviously we need to adjust. And then you also have the follow-ups, right? I mentioned the follow-ups every day. And it says in the plan, for example, okay, now that you are, let's say, a week into that and you send that many requests, now is the time to follow up. And ChatGPT will send you this plan and the reminder in the tasks. So the whole idea, guys, I think from my experience, you might not be taking it seriously enough in terms of strategy for day-to-day actions to achieve your specific results. You see, the problem is with your head and with my head or anyone's head. It's only one person's head. And if you're trying to build something new, whether that's business or career or your health and fitness goal, you only have your knowledge, which didn't bring you the result you want so far. So it's logical to assume that the solution to get to your goal is not in your head. But guess what? ChatGPT is outside of your head and it has all this enormous database of human experience and practices, and it will give you the ideas that are literally not in your head. And not only that, but it's unbiased. It means it doesn't have its own agenda. Well, at least to the degree that we know, whereas other human beings can have their limiting beliefs, can have their negative experiences, can have their biases, which, if you ask advice from a human being, can then a person will give you an advice and it's based on their skewed also picture of the world, and then the strategy that you get might not be the best one. Now, obviously, some people are more experienced and they have the result you want, but you get the idea. ChatGPT is outside of your head. It has a much bigger database of human experience that is in your head. And you want to understand one thing, that your head is not the best solution finder for the goal that you haven't achieved yet. If you already had a solution, you'd probably already have your goal. So don't fall in love with your ideas, because your ideas are at your current level of development. And if you're trying to build and achieve something you haven't ever done, you don't have, again, a playbook in your head to achieve that. So you need to learn as a maniac, and ChatGPT is such an amazing tool, and you can use it in this way, literally step by step, walking you through from where you are to where you want to be. And compared to other human beings, you can interact with it non-stop, literally every single day, Saturday, Sunday, 10 p.m., 5 a.m., whatever that is. You can reach out to it, ask questions, and keep putting in the work and adjusting non-stop. It's mentorship and tutoring on steroids, but a lot better. So the only thing ChatGPT cannot do is get out there and take actions for you, at least not at this point. To sum it up, ChatGPT, yes, if you have a complex goal, again, whether that's health, fitness, relationship, business building, realize what a powerful tool you have. And don't use it for Googling and silly stuff. Use it for complex strategies. Use it to design your day so you get maximum return of investment on your efforts and on your time. You might think, oh, let me do this for several hours or that, but that based on the best experience and practices might not be the best thing, because in your head, again, you don't have the playbook to achieve the result you're trying to achieve. So you can actually ask ChatGPT, is it a good strategy, or would you suggest something different? And you get this unbiased opinion about your work, the hours, about what you do with those work hours, and what are some better practices that you might start doing instead of what you do. Because at some point, guys, and I'm talking from experience, I went through so much failure and I'm still figuring things out, but now I'm getting more and more and more results. So at some point I realized it doesn't matter how hard you work, if you're working on the wrong thing, you're gonna get crickets. Nothing. It's not like school where you work hard and you get grades and you get praise, parents, you buy something. No, in entrepreneurship, in life, what can happen very often, you work and work and work and you get nothing until you get the right strategy. And the right strategy is not for you to decide. And also life changes all the time. That's why always changing, learning until you get the result, and asking for better strategies, asking more questions, realizing you don't have a playbook in your head. It's the only working strategy for reaching complex goals. And again, at this moment, you have such a powerful tool literally at your fingerprints that can tell you, the strategy you're doing might not be the right one for the goal you have. So don't take it personal. Try new things until something works. And until it works, you don't know the answer. Just understand this. I have this question on my wall right in front of me. And it says, where am I getting this wrong? Because if you already got it right, you would already have the results, or at least a lot more progress towards reaching what you want. So I'm not here to preach you exactly what to do. I'm here to preach you a better way of doing things, a better playbook for getting better. And if anything, I got pretty good at helping people change and figuring out a better way for making progress. It just took me a while, for whichever reason, to apply the same to business. ChatGPT, a strategy mentor, facilitator, a better thinking. And that's why I'm saying it's gonna help you to grow more, better, and faster as a human being, as a business owner, as an athlete, if you ask the right questions and you realize that for the goal you don't have yet, You don't have a playbook. So you need to ask a lot more questions and try a lot more things until it works. And that's about it, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. I hope you are inspired to get back to chat or just start with ChatGPT and start asking more questions and realizing you can't achieve any of your goals. But the way you've been doing it, if it's not working, you need to change that. And there is a really powerful tool at your fingerprints to help you develop a strategy and every day get better and better results until you get to where you want to go. So ChatGPT, this is how I'm using it as my strategic advisor, keeping me accountable with the action steps, tracking progress for me. Pretty damn good mentor and strategizer. I'm totally convinced that it's going to change my life and business, and I'm convinced for you as well. Guys, if you found this podcast useful, please share it with at least one other person. And that's how we reach more ears, help more people, and make a better world happen together. So please do share. That's going to mean a world to me. And also spread the information. Just teach it to someone. When you learn something, teach it. That's how we make human evolution faster in every corner of the world. And till next time, open up ChatGPT and ask it, what would you do with my day if you had this goal? Thank you for your attention. Have an awesome day, and we'll talk again very soon.